Okay, so on our second session of email marketing, we will learn about how to send marketing emails. On our previous session, we learned about what is email marketing, why email marketing is so much important, and how to create an effective email marketing strategy or email marketing campaign. Today, we will learn about how to send marketing email to our audiences or to our email list. So on today's topic, let's start because when you have an email list, you need to send marketing campaign, email marketing campaign to your email list. To send email marketing campaign, what kind of things, what kind of tools you require that you will learn in today's session. So the first thing you will require to send an email marketing campaign is an email marketing service. So choose an email marketing service. Email marketing provider, we also call them ESP, is a great resource if you are looking for any level of support. And there are tools like MailChimp, ConvertKit. If you have a website on Wix.com, so then they have a tool for email marketing. Then there is another email marketing tool which is really famous named Salesforce. So there are lots of email marketing services provider are available on internet which you can choose. Most of the tools provide you free plan for practice purposes or for creating a dummy project, and even you can use those email marketing tools if you have a small startups and if you have a small email list. So most of the tool allow you to send around 1000 to 10,000 email every month if you are using those tools. For example, one of the most powerful tool email marketing is known as MailChimp. So if you create your account on the MailChimp, they gave you access of using tool features, not all the tool features, just some tool features, and you can create some marketing campaign, email marketing campaign using the MailChimp, and you can send around 10,000 email every month to your email list. If you want to send more than 10,000 emails every month, then you have to go for their premium plans. So small businesses, those don't have a big database of email ID, then they can use that free access plan of their email marketing tools. But the big companies or those who are generating hundreds of leads every single day, they need a tool where they can send around 50,000, 60,000, maybe 1 lakh email every single day. For that, you need to buy their premium plan. Every email marketing tool is almost same, whether you are using a tool by Wix.com or Salesforce or MailChimp or ConvertKit. All email marketing tools are almost same. Maybe one or two extra elements they are providing on their email marketing template, or maybe on that tool or the analytic part. That's the only difference on those tools. Even when you are working on those tools, all the features are almost same. Maybe you will find some tools a little bit complex when you are using it, but the main ingredient, the main element of those email marketing campaign, you will find out on every single tool. So when you are choosing an email marketing service to send email marketing campaign, you will first check your email list, ki how many email you have and how many email you will send monthly to your email list, and depend upon that you will choose an email marketing tool. And comparison by the number of emails they are providing you and the charges they are taking you monthly or yearly, you will pick a email marketing service provider. The first thing you need to send email to your email list is a email marketing service provider or a email marketing tool like MailChimp, ConvertKit or Wix.com. The second thing, use email marketing tips. Use your goal with every email is to generate more leads or maybe conversions. So you need to create a proper email marketing ad copy, which consists headline, description, images, or other media type based content, and a call to action button. So as you know that the every single person receive around 121 email every single day on their inbox. So every person inbox is crowded, and if you want to stand out, you don't want to blend in, So your email marketing campaign should be extraordinary. And for that, you have to really work on your email marketing copy. So after choosing an email marketing tool, the second thing you require to send an email marketing campaign is your ad copy. What kind of content you will publish on that email marketing campaign. The third thing, which is the implement email segmentation. As I told you that you will receive hundreds of thousands of lakhs of email ID on your website or on your marketing campaign. Now, those hundreds, thousands of millions of email ID you are receiving, now you have to divide them or segregate them into different categories, like those who registered for ebooks, those who registered for free demo classes, those who register for one-on-one consultation, those who will add the product into the cart, those who will add the product into the wish list, those who spend 5 minutes on the website page, or those who fill the sign up form, those who fill the lead generation form. So you will divide your audience or your email list in different categories, and those categories can be depend upon your businesses. But the most famous type of segmentation we do on our email list is the basis on the location, their interest, their age group, their behaviors, and what action they are taking on our website. But it's not like that you have to follow all those four segmentation. According to the businesses, segmentation always change. For e-commerce website, segmentation will be like those who fill the registration form, those who generated the coupon code, those who sign up on the website, those who add the product into the cart, those who add the product into the wish list, those who actually buy the product. So for every business, you can divide or segmentate your list according to your needs or your business needs. So these are the 3 points you require to for your email marketing campaign. There are actually 6 points you require for your email marketing strategy. Just first we are covering those 3, and now we one by one we will understand them about in brief or in detail as well as. So let's start with the segmentation part. Why you should segment your email list? Each person who sign up to receive your email list is at a different level of readiness to convert into a customer. From last 1 month or last 2 months, we are learning about the buyer's journey and buyer persona. In the buyer journey, there are 3 steps: awareness, consideration, and conversion. In the awareness, they have some problem, but they don't know the solution. In the consider one, they know the solution of the problem and they want to research more about it. And in the conversion, they are ready to make a transaction. Same like the buyer journey, in the buyer persona, we divide our audiences into different segments like age, gender, location, income group, behavior, buying habits, like that. So the each person who is signing up on your subscribe now form or who is providing your email ID are into a different stage. So you have to divide them according to their buyer journey or their buyer persona. If you send a discount coupon for your product to subscriber that don't even know how to diagnose their problem, for example, let's say you are providing 20% discount on a certain product and you are sending coupon to that person who actually not looking to buy that product right now. So you are actually wasting your time and your money on that person, because that person right now on the awareness journey, he is not ready to make a transaction. So you have to divide or segment your list and send a right email marketing campaign to right people. Those who are ready to make a transaction, you can send them one-on-one consultation or free demo classes. Those who are in awareness journey, you can send them a blog with the email marketing campaign, the future of digital marketing, or how you can become an entrepreneur, that kind of thing. So depending upon your segmentation, you will send different email marketing campaign to different email list, and you will divide your list into different categories. These are the most famous segmentation email list. You can divide them in these stages. Number 1, geographical location. Which part of the city or which part of the country or which part of the state or which part of the world they come from. Because buying habit of every people is different. Buying habit of urban population is totally different, and buying habit of rural population is totally different. Buying habit of metro city is totally different. Buying habit of non-metro city is totally different. So you will divide them first on the basis of their location, where they are coming from. Second, life cycle stage. In the life cycle stage, you can include age and gender. Which age group are they from and which gender are they from? Because buying habits from for those people who are 18 to 25 are different from those who are 35 to 45. So you also divide them by age and gender when you are creating an email list. For example, because you have an e-commerce website and you don't have a segmented list, you have a list where male and female both are included, and you have a product which are women centric. For example, you are selling women watches, and you are selling women watches and you are providing 20% discount on women watches. So what you will do, you will provide that coupon code to your email list by sending an email marketing campaign to your email list. But the problem is that you have a unsegmented email list where male and female both are included. So you are sending email even to men, those who are not interested in women watches. So you are wasting money, time, energy, and you are targeting wrong audiences. So you will divide your audiences or segment your audiences even into the life circle stages, which include gender and the age group. Then it's come to the buyer's journey, awareness, consideration, and decision stage, which also known as conversion stage. So which journey are they from? Are they just looking for information? Are they just want to compare the product before buying it? Or are they ready to buy? Those who are ready to buy, you can send them a promotion email with a discounted coupon. Those who are want in the consideration stage, don't who want to read the reviews, or don't those who want to compare the product, you can send them email marketing campaign with the customers reviews or testimonials, or you can send them a comparison of different products. Those who are in the awareness journey, you can send them a reminder of email marketing campaign, which include the link of your blog where they can read more about the product content. Then you can divide by the industry, which industry they are working, which industry they are more focused in. Then the next one is previous engagement with your brand. What kind of engagement they make with your website. And this one is the most important one in the email marketing campaign. For example, those who attended a demo class or webinar workshop for our institute earlier, we have a segmented list for those students, and we keep targeting them for our digital marketing courses again and again. You can divide them people on the basis of what kind of engagement they made on your website, whether they fill a registration form or sign up to your website or check your website page or chat with you on the website chat, or maybe buy a product from you, or maybe spend around 1 or 2 minutes of your website, or maybe watch a video on your website over 1 or 2 minutes. You can divide them on any action they take on your website, depend upon your business category. And the last one is language, because most of the time we are targeting people those who speak different languages. Not everyone speak English, not everyone speak Hindi, not everyone speak Tamil, Assami, or Gujarati, or Punjabi. Sometimes people only speak their regional languages. So you can target people on the basis of their languages if you know which language they speak. For example, real estate companies, those who targeted their customer in the state of UP and Bihar, those who want to sell their property in UP and Bihar, and those who are selling property for the people of UP and Bihar, they create their content in Hindi language mostly, and they get better conversion in the Hindi language as compared to the English language. Same with the uh, southern part of India, South India part of India, Telugu, Tamil. These are also the languages people use in the email marketing campaign on the website when they send email marketing campaigns to their customers, because they are not so much interested, or they don't know how to speak Hindi, or probably some of them don't know how to speak English, especially if you are targeting age group of above 50 years old. So you can segment people on those 6 bases, and that's are not the only 6 segmentation. You can make segmentation depend upon your business category too. Like we have segmentation like those who attended the webinar, those who fill the lead generation form, those who attended a demo class, those who enroll for our short-term courses. So we have different segmentation list. So you will segment your different list and divide your email list into different categories. Otherwise, you are targeting everyone with the same content. Now, after the segmentation part, because there are 3 points there, email service provider like MailChimp and ConvertKit, then the segmentation part. Now come to the second point, which was the marketing tips, like how you can create an ad copy for your email marketing campaign, which can generate lots of engagement for your email marketing or for your business. The first thing for your email marketing component which you need is your copy. The copy is the body of your email, should be consistent with the voice and stick it to one topic. Ad copy is your body of text. We are not including the headline or the call to action button into this. We are just including the body text where you will keep the headline, description, or maybe an image. So when you are writing an ad copy, you will only focus on one product or one topic. It's not like that you are sending email marketing campaign and you are trying to promote different services and different products and targeting different audiences and different services by using one single marketing campaign. When you are sending one email marketing campaign, stick with one topic. Let's say my topic is generating leads for the webinar. So that's the whole content of my ad copy in the format. And it will include the images part, call to action part, headline, and description part. The next important part of your ad copy or email marketing campaign format will be the images. As you already know, and we discussed in the advertising part and the blogging part, images or media-based content make your content more engaging. So choose images that are optimized for all devices, eye-catchy and relevant. Relevant means the topic you are choosing for your email marketing content should be the same topic you are using on your email. So create some images which are related to your product or services and use those images in your email marketing campaign. And never forget about that. You should use those images which are fully optimized for all devices. Why? Because not everyone is using their email ID on the desktop. 66% people open their emails on their mobile devices. So the image you will upload on your email marketing campaign should be optimized for mobile devices, tablets, and desktop. It can't be like that the image is only optimized for desktop, and in the laptop or in the mobile version, it is cropping out from the corners, or maybe the size is really big for mobile devices. So you will pick the right size, optimize the image, and use the image in your ad copy content of your email marketing campaign. Next, third part of your email marketing campaign format is CTA, call to action button. Call to action button are the most important part when it comes to the engagement from our customers. We add call to action button on our websites. We add call to action button on our blogs. We add call to action button on our advertising, and we are adding call to action button on our emails. So creating those call to action buttons which are relevant to your offer and stand out from the rest of the email can bring more conversion for your business. Like you are providing some kind of a courses, so you can choose a button like apply now. You are providing some kind of an offer for your e-commerce website, so you can choose a call to action button of like 20% discount or Black Friday sale, or click here for coupon code, or download here. So these kind of call to action button you can create, but the call to action button you are creating should be relevant to your ad copy or the offer you are providing. And try to create some intriguing call to action button, not the boring call to action button. Order now, book now, apply now, download now. They are usual CTA buttons. Everyone is using that. Try to create some other type of engaging call to action button. You can type anything under the text format of that call to action button, like Black Friday sale, 50% discount, or free demo class, or download a free ebook. You can write anything into the call to action button. So try to create intriguing call to action button for your ad copy. After the copy, image, and CTA, and next thing is the timing. So based on the studies of 20 million emails, it was found that the right time to send email marketing campaign to your audience is 11 a.m. in the morning, and you can get more conversion and more open rate when you will send email at 11 a.m. And it's not like that you have to send email only at 11 a.m. It's just a study. Different businesses have different time zone to send email marketing campaign. How you can find out what will be the best time for you to send an email? What you have to do? You have to send around 10 to 15 email marketing campaign on a different time and on a different days. And then you will calculate and then you will analyze and measure the open rate and conversion rate of all the email marketing campaign. And the basis of those, you will decide which one is get more conversion and more open rate. And that time is the best for your industry. So it's not like that the only time you can send is Tuesday at 11 a.m. You can send email marketing campaign at any time. But do a research before picking a right time for your email marketing campaign. Lots of business send email marketing campaign at the afternoon. Some of bloggers send email marketing campaign at the night time, around 7 to 8 p.m. or at 9 at the night. So every business have a different audience interested or audience behavior. So depend on that, you will choose the right time to send email marketing campaign. The next part is responsiveness of your email marketing campaign. As we have already told you, around 55 to 68% people open their email on mobile devices, whether they are using Gmail, Yahoo, or Hotmail, or MSN. They are opening their email ID on mobile devices. So you have to optimize your email marketing campaign for mobile devices, because what email marketing campaign consists? Headline, images, and call to action button. So it can look different on desktop and it can look different on mobile devices, and you don't want that the content look totally different on mobile devices. Images will look really bad, images will overlay with each other, content will cropped out from the corner. You don't want that. So what you have to do, you have to use a responsive email marketing campaign. But that's not the big problem for you, because the tools you are using like ConvertKit or MailChimp or Wix.com, they create optimized email marketing campaign. So responsive one, you don't need to worry about that. Now, the most important part of your email marketing campaign is your subject line. When someone opens their Gmail, they read the subject line first. Then that subject line tell them whether they will click on the email and read the format or full email or not. If your subject line is boring, if your subject line is not clear, if your subject line is not enticing or intriguing your customer, they will not click on your email and they will not read the ad copy. So same like the blogging, if you are writing a blog and spending 1 or 2 hours in the blogging, spend 3 to 4 hours on the headline. Same thing with the email marketing. If you are spending 1 hour on email marketing template, spend at least 1 or 2 hours on your subject line, because subject line will decide whether they will click on your email or not. And once they will click on, then you will get a higher open rate. So more focus on your subject line. And what you can do to make it better, you can add your offer or anything you're providing to your customer on your subject line. You can make it intriguing, enticing to your customer so they click on it, and always give them a clear message on your subject line. What is this mail all about? So that are the 6 points of your email marketing format. Now let's come to the next 3 part of email marketing. Personalize your email marketing. So what is the personalization means? Personalization means using their personal information in when you are sending them email. We are sending 1 lakh emails or maybe 10,000, 20,000 email, with just one click. And we are using the same template for all those. But even we can personalize them with their personal name or first name, last name, their email IDs, their address, their location, their phone number. You are speaking to hundreds of millions of people at one time. But it doesn't mean you can't personalize their emails. Those companies or those email marketers, those who send personalized emails to their email list, get around 20%, 26% higher open rate and around 14% more click-through rate, which is really, really good. So what is personalization mean? Like you open the mail and there is a greeting. Hey, Priyanka, yeah, hello, Kana, hello, Ayushi. That is the personalization. You are using single template and you are sending millions of email with just one click. Still you can do personalization on email. You can use their first name, last name, or any other information on the format or in the subject line. And if you are greeting someone with their names and if you are personalizing your email, you can get a better open rate and better conversion rate. It's like a company it directly talking to you. They are making conversation directly to you if you greet them with their names. If you don't have their email ID, what you can do in the personalization, you can use a word like hello friend, hello customer, or something like that if you don't have their first name in the email list. But if you have their name in your email list, always use their first name in the personalization part. Otherwise, go with hey friends, hello customer, something like that. Next part is incorporate email marketing automation. And this one we will learn in detail maybe tomorrow. What is automation mean? I earlier gave you example of automation too in the yesterday session too. Automation means that emails you are receiving automatically, no one sending them manually. For example, when you open a website and go to a sign up and create an account on that website, within a 1 second, you receive a email on your email ID. Welcome to our website. Your account is created. Just verify your account. Or you open an e-commerce website and they show you a promotion tab that 50% off on the first purchase. Provide your email ID. You provide your email ID. Within a 2 seconds, you receive an email with a coupon code. Or institute like us. You go to our website, check out the program page, download the brochure. To download the brochure, you have to type your email ID, name and phone number. Within a 2 seconds, you will receive an email on your email ID. You can try that. You can go to IDM website, click on the master program or PG program page, go to the download brochure section, type your email ID, phone number and name, click on the download brochure call to action button. Within a 1 second, you will receive a email on your inbox automatically. That is the automation. Automation is not all about just sending email when someone taking a action. It also about engaging with our audiences automatically. Like someone created your account on your website today and you send them a welcome email automatically. Welcome to our website. Now, after 2 days, they will receive another email that we are launching a new product. After 5 days, they will receive another email. After 7 days, they will receive another email. So we have created a proper automation on a proper specific day or proper specific time, and we trigger our mails. Every 2 days, you get an email from our site, and the content we already created few days ago. So that is the automation. You can use automation for single time when you are engaging with your audiences, and you can send multiple emails, automated emails to your customers. Those companies or those institutes who are providing pre-recorded courses, they use automation really good. Like enroll from a course from a company which are providing pre-recorded courses or free courses. What they used to do, once you register on their website, you start receiving recordings of those lectures every single day on your email ID. How? Because they already created a automation for all those 30 days, and every single day you receive one recording on your email ID. And the last part is using the email marketing templates. Same like the templates you used in your website or the templates you used in the Canva, email marketing tools also have these kind of templates. Choosing the right template for your email marketing campaign is really necessary. And the template you will choose will depend upon your parameters and your goal. What is your goal? Is your goal lead generation, brand awareness, conversion, website traffic to your blog, or hosting a webinar, workshop, offer and promotion, any kind of? And there are around thousands of inbuilt templates those email marketing tool provide you. So you can use those email marketing template depend upon your business category and goal, or you can start with a blank template, or you can start with a scratch with a blank Canva and create your own email marketing template and send that to your email list. So these are the 6 points you require, or 6 things you require to send an email marketing campaign. Number one, a ESP provider, email service provider like MailChimp. Second one, your ad copy. Third one, a segmented email list. Fourth one, personalize your email marketing campaign with their names or last name. Fifth one, if you want to set automation, you can set automation too. And the last one, use a proper template to send an email marketing campaign to your team or to your audiences, depending upon your business category and your goals. Now, before we send an actual email marketing campaign to our email list, you need to know about the regulation, because a lots of the tool we are using are not the tools from our country. They are the tools manufactured and created by companies like MailChimp or ConvertKit or Wix.com are from the US or European countries. So you have to follow those guidelines when you are using those tools. So the email regulation are 3 types of email regulation you need to learn. Number one, CAN spam. It is a way to protect subscriber right to only receive email they are requested. Personalize. So those who this CAN spam means you can't send email to those who haven't registered for your email list, those who haven't asked for your newsletters or of promotional emails. So you have to follow this CAN spam compliance. Otherwise, your emails will start delivering into the spam folder, and that you don't want. Or if they are not delivering to a spam folder, much more rust which can happen to with you is that the email service provider like MailChimp can block your email ID, and you will not able to send email marketing campaign further by using that email ID. So first thing you have to follow is CAN spam. So if you want to know how you can actually follow this regulation, you have to follow those 4 points. Number one, include your company name and address in every email. Go to your Gmail and click on the promotion tab and see all the email you are receiving from the companies consist that their company name and the addresses at the bottom right corner or the left corner. So what you have to do whenever you are creating an email marketing campaign, to follow the CAN spam compliance, you have to add your company name and your company address at every single email you are sending. Second thing, place visible unsubscribe link within your email. You have to give an unsubscribe link to every single email you are sending. You have to give option to your email list to unsubscribe to your email. If they don't want to receive your email, they should have an option how to unsubscribe from your email list, or how if they don't want to get email from you. So you will create that unsubscribe link on your email marketing campaign. Next, use real email addresses in the forum and reply to field, because lots of the time when people check the email marketing campaign and they really like the content, they reply to that email. When you are using a ESP service provider tool, the email they are sending with the email ID is no reply email ID. You can't reply to that email ID. So if you are using a MailChimp tool to send an email marketing campaign, the email will go from a MailChimp server, and that email ID is no reply. No one can reply to that email ID. So if someone try to reply, the email will bounce. Same like the we receive call from customer care. If we don't pick their calls and we call them back, we receive message like this number don't exist. Same thing with the email. So what you have to do, you have to add your personal company email ID in the reply section or form section, so they can actually reply to you if they like your content or if they have some kind of a question related to your email. And the last one, write subject line that indicate the content of your email. Without a subject line, if you try to send an email marketing campaign, your email marketing campaign can go to a spam folder or can get bounce back or blocked because you are not following the CAN spam guidelines. So this is the one guideline you should follow. And most of the time in the exams or interview, people interviewer ask what is the full form of CAN spam compliance: controlling the assault of non-solicited pornography and marketing. Sending you email marketing campaign to those who are not registered to receive email marketing campaign from your company. So if you are sending email to those people you bought a list from somewhere, an email list from somewhere, that you are not following the CAN spam. Next one is GDPR regulation, General Data Protection Regulation. In the Western countries and European countries, it's really important to follow this regulation, GDPR. In India, right now, in last year, Indian Parliament also passed a digital bill which follow this data protection regulation. So in India, right now, you also have to use this GDPR compliance when you are sending an email marketing campaign. So GDPR is all about giving your customer the right to choose. They choose your email, they choose to hear you, they choose to protect everything. They have right to everything, right to unsubscribe, right to tell you to don't send those emails. They have right to tell you that they want to receive email only related to that product only, not from the all product. Let's say you're providing 10 services. So they have right to choose that they want to receive email from only that product they are interested in. So if you want to follow that general data protection regulation, these are the points you have to add into your email marketing campaign or your email marketing strategy. Number one, use clear language when requesting consent to store personal information. When we are adding the subscribe now forum on our email ID, or we are adding a contact forum to generate lead on our blogs, we have to use a clear language like name, email ID, phone number, something like that, or why we require this information, something like to receive newsletters from our company, or to receive a coupon code, or to receive a free webinar or ebook. That kind of a clear language you have to use when you are asking a personal information from someone. Second, only collect contact data that is necessary for and relevant to your business. That means when you are giving something free to your customer, you can ask anything in return: their name, their email ID, their phone number, their address, their parents' name, their date of birth. You can ask anything, but it's not like that. It is not required, then don't ask it. Only ask the information which is required to your business. For e-commerce website, they don't require your phone numbers, they don't require their names. So whenever you visit to an e-commerce website, you will find only one single column, and that column will be email ID column. And they have mentioned they're like 50% discount or first shipping on first order, free shipping on first order, and they are asking only the email ID. They are not asking your name and phone number because they don't need, because e-commerce website don't send personalized messages, and when they don't send personalized messages, so they don't need your names. E-commerce website don't call you, so they don't need your phone number, they just need your email ID. So they are just collecting the email ID. Businesses which do cold calling and send personalized emails, they ask you their name, email ID and phone number. Those businesses who provide services on a specific location, they ask the city. which city you are from. Banks, life insurance, stock market, they ask information like your PAN card number, your date of birth, your father's name, and your mother's name. So every business requires different type of data. So to follow the GDPR regulation, you will ask only the information which is required for your business category and for your business. The next part is store contact data in a secure manner and only use it for agreed upon purpose. Lot of the time we read on the news, and recently the news I read on the newspaper was around 4.5 crore customer data leaked from Domino's website. Earlier it was leaked from Ola website. So you need to store data in a secure place. So not because we are asking lots of confidential information, their number, their phone number, their PAN card, their Aadhaar number, their location, their email ID. Sometimes we ask their credit card and debit card details. So we don't want them to get leaked. So you have to create a proper secure manner to store that information. The next part is retain data for justifiable business purpose only. So the data you are retaining, because when you enroll for our course and when you go to our website, we ask you lots of information. We ask you your phone number, email ID, your name, your debit card and credit card detail. What happened after we collect your information? Your name, phone number, email ID are saved with us. Your payment detail got deleted from our website because it is not necessary for us. So we are retaining only the information which are necessary for us. Same thing you have to do with your business. If you are asking lots of information from your clients, and if you are getting lots of information from your client, for example, e-commerce website. E-commerce websites, whenever you book an order, they will ask you name, phone number, email ID, your address, your PIN code, your state, your country. But they only secure your email ID in the system when they send email marketing campaign. All the information they don't retain. So that you have to do. You have to retain only the information which are important to your business or important for your email marketing campaign. Delete the contact data on request. The data we are receiving for our customers, we have to give our customer proper access and proper right to delete the data. And every website have a privacy policy, even the IDM website. If you open our company IDM website and go to the bottom part or the footer part of our website, you will see a privacy policy link there. Click on that privacy policy link and read the privacy policy. It is clearly mentioned that if you want to remove your data from our website, you have to write a mail to us at hello@IDM Delhi and mention the subject line, delete my contact information from your website. And that's privacy policy every business, every website on internet is using. So if some website is using your personal data and you want that information deleted from their system, just write them an email from your email ID and they will delete your data from their system within a 24 hours, because it's really important to follow those guidelines if you are doing an online business. Make it easy to unsubscribe from your email list or update their preference. So same thing with the can spam. Same thing here in GDPR. You have to provide them a unsubscribe option on the email marketing campaign you are sending. So if they don't want to receive email from you, they can unsubscribe. Now there are two different things. If they are unsubscribing, it doesn't mean their data got deleted from the system. They're just not receiving the email. Their data is saved on the system. So if you want to delete data from the system, you have to send them an email. Unsubscribing is just removing you from the email list, not from the data system. Second last part is comply promptly to contact request to access to their data. That means if they want to access their data, if you want to see their data, if the data is shared to anyone, or when they register with their data, when the data got deleted, you have to provide customer all the access to the data system. And keep company record to prove GDPR compliance. So it's not like that there is some kind of a mechanism going on the tools, or maybe government is watching you, you are following those guidelines or not. No, lots of the companies or email marketers are not following the GDPR guidelines, but they can ask you anytime to submit the GDPR compliance to the authority. So you have to keep the record of all the GDPR guidelines, where you are securing the data, what is your privacy policy, what are your term and condition, are you providing them unsubscribe option or not. All the information you will keep ready. That's why all the website have a term and condition and the privacy policy page. Whenever we create a account on any website, I don't know you ever noticed that or not, they ask, whenever we type our email ID, phone number, and create password, we type the password we want to use, they have a small tick option where you have to tick, and the message is, the text was written there is term and condition. To check this box to comply with the term and condition. So whenever you are creating an account on any website or doing any online activity, first they will ask you to tick on the box. So you are accepting their term and condition and privacy policy. So that's why we have a record. So you can't come to us and say that you are securing our data, or you are doing that thing, because you already provide your consent to share your data, like Facebook or Instagram. In digital marketing, we are doing digital marketing because we have personal information of everyone. And why do we have personal information for everyone? Because you are following the privacy policy and term and condition of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And on that privacy policy, it was clearly mentioned that they will share the data with digital marketers and advertisers. Now come to the third part, avoid spam filters. It's really important one. Every internet email provider like Gmail or Yahoo have a spam filter. That's why they have a spam folder. Before 10 years, there was no spam folder. There were only inbox, outbox, or create an email. That's only 3 tabs were there. But every single year they are developing something. Now they have an option on a spam filter, spam section. Lots of the email got delivered into the spam folder. How those email service provider like Gmail or Yahoo find out this email is spam and this email is important one? So they have a AI mechanism, artificial mechanism, which work as a spam filter on your Gmail ID or Yahoo ID or any other email ID you are using. And that spam filter identify which one is important email, and that important email will deliver onto the inbox, and which one is a spam email, and that will be delivered on the spam automatically. And no one check their spam folder. We all know that. So you spend time creating the perfect email. Now imagine your email delivering at spam folder. That means you are wasting money, time, energy, everything. And what you are getting in return, all the emails you are sending are delivered into spam folder. So how you can actually create an email marketing campaign that will not deliver into spam folder? Number one, you have to choose, you don't have to choose word like free or these kind of words like a promotion word like offer. So they will make you email deliver into the promotion tab. So I will come to that part later. First, understand why you should avoid the email spam folder. Because when you are sending 10,000 emails, and let's say out of those 10,000 emails, 5,000 or maybe all those 10,000 emails got delivered into a spam folder. So it is hurting your delivery rate. How many emails you are delivering? So your delivery rate is almost zero because all the emails are going into the spam folder. Second thing, your customer will not get the content you want them to get. Let's say you are sending them a promotional a 50% discount coupon, but they are not getting it because it's going to a spam folder. Or you won't be able to accurately measure your email marketing campaign effectiveness because all those are going to spam folder. You don't know what is your open rate, what is your click-through rate. And the last one, your analytics got screwed. You will not able to understand whether this marketing campaign is successful or not. So the main point from this spam thing is that your content will not reach to the customer or the audience you want to send, and that it's not good for your marketing campaign. You are wasting money, time, and energy, and your email is going to a spam folder. To avoid the spam folder, that your mail don't get delivered to a spam folder, you have to follow these 4 practices. Number 1 is getting whitelisted. Whitelisted is opposite of blacklisted. A whitelist is opposite of a blacklist, meaning it is a list of approved senders that are allowed to reach a subscriber inbox. The easiest way to accomplish this is to have a new subscriber add your email address to their address book, include the direction how to do this, and in your welcome email. Those who provide their email ID on our website or our contact form, and when they receive a welcome email from our site, we need to provide them a proper direction how they can subscribe to our email list. Providing email ID to a company is different than subscribing to an email list. Because if you're providing your email ID when you are registering to a website, it doesn't mean you will receive an email marketing campaign from that website. It only means you created the account just to buy something from there. Unless you go to the subscribe section and click on the subscribe now button. And then you will receive a message, and the message will be something like that. Confirm, there will be a call to action button, written confirm here to subscribe to our email list. So that means you have, when you are sending a welcome email to our customer, give them a proper direction where they can subscribe and ask them to re-verify it again and again, at least 2 times. You actually want to receive email from our site. Second thing is that avoid using all caps, the ad copy, the format you are creating. Avoid using all capital letters, multiple exclamation point, as well as spam trigger words like opt-in, click below, order, that are easily directed and marked down by internet service providers. So those who are providing these kind of services like Gmail and Yahoo, they have a spam filter and they have mentioned certain kind of word there. So whenever those words appear on any email, they got delivered into the spam folder. And that word like opt-in, click below, order, sometime a word like free also go to a spam folder, or maybe something like which is not actually real and find like you are cheating your customer. These kind of words are also added into a spam filter. So always minding your copy when you are creating these kind of content. Don't use these kind of words on your email format. Next is using a reliable email service provider. So we use an IP address to send email marketing campaign. For example, if I need to send email marketing campaign for my email ID, and my email ID is hello@idmdelhi.com, I bought that email ID from G Suite from Google. So it's a reliable internet service provider. Or you can buy email ID from Hostlinger, or maybe from WordPress, or maybe from GoDaddy. So they are reliable email service provider. If you bought an email service from a small company or maybe a small startup, those who are actually not really good. So what will happen? The IP address you will get will not be really good. So a lot of the time what happened, before you got that IP address, maybe someone else was using that IP addressage, and that some person who was earlier using that IP addressage send lots of email to those people who are actually not subscribed to the forum. So that IP addressage marked as a spam. Now you are using the same IP addressage. So what will happen? Your email will also go to a spam folder because that IP address was already marked as a spam. So always use a hosting or domain or email from a reliable service provider. And last part is implementing a double opt-in. That means giving a checkbox on your contact list or subscribe now form to ask them to double check whether they want to subscribe to your email list or not. That is the another part of which you can use so your email will not get delivered into a spam folder. So these four practices, if you follow in your email marketing campaign, your email will not get delivered into spam folder. Now come to the email marketing analysis part. After sending an email marketing campaign, now it's your job to measure the success of your email marketing campaign. Same like every goal we set a KPI with that goal, and then we measure the success of our that marketing campaign or that goal. So number one marketing analysis which you will do on your marketing campaign will be A and B test of your email. Why we do A/B testing on our email marketing campaign? Because some audiences prefer personalization and other will think it is spammy. So maybe if you are sending 100 emails and all those 100 emails include the customer first name, so maybe 40-50% will think, oh, it's really good, they are connecting with us personally, or maybe someone think, oh, they have our personal information, maybe it's spammy. So you don't know how customer will react. Some audiences like bright colors, some audience like dull colors, some audience like different type of call to action button, some audience like a different type of call to action buttons. So you never know about what kind of content, what kind of subject line, what kind of image, what kind of call to action button our audiences like. So what we used to do, we create 4 to 5 different type of email marketing campaign, and on all those different marketing campaign we choose different type of content or different type of image or different type of element, and we send them all different email marketing campaign at a proper time, and then we analyze which marketing campaign is doing better. And after finding out that this one have a much better open rate or delivery rate, we will go with that email marketing campaign. A/B testing, or we also call that split testing, is a way to see what type of email perform best with your audiences by analyzing the result of email A and email B. We pick 2 email marketing campaign. Let's say on one email marketing campaign, I am adding a normal poster. On second email marketing campaign, I am using an infographic. Maybe on one email marketing campaign, I'm using a small size red color call to action button. Maybe on second email marketing campaign, I'm using a big size white color call to action button. So these kind of thing you can do on email A and email B to find out which will perform better. There are the few tests which you can perform on your email marketing campaign. Number one, select one variable test at a time. You can't test 2 to 3 variable at single time. Variable means the element of your email marketing campaign. And what are the element of your or variable of your email marketing campaign? Subject line, headline, image, call to action button, description. So these are the variable. So you will pick one variable at one time, like subject line, CTA, or image. Then what you will do? You will create 2 different email, one with the different subject line, one with a different subject line. So both email marketing campaign have a different subject line, or maybe both email marketing campaign have different call to action button, or both email marketing have a different images. Then you will send both email marketing campaign simultaneously for a period of time. After that, you will analyze which one perform better, and then you will go with that marketing campaign. Or if you want to analyze another variable, you can perform the test again by choosing a second variable. Like first time I choose a variable on variable was subject line. Next time my variable is CTA. Third time my variable was image. Fourth time my variable was description. So you can choose a different variable for test, and that's how you can find out which email marketing campaign is doing better for your business. Now, the tools you are using like MailChimp, ConvertKit, or Salesforce provide you that kind of A/B testing when you are sending email marketing campaign. So you don't need to worry about that. Those they provide you that kind of A/B testing. When you send an email marketing campaign, they will ask you, you want to do A/B testing or not? If you want to do A/B testing, you can send a different email marketing campaign by choosing a variable different from the earlier email marketing campaign you have sent. The second one, marketing analysis, you will know about is KPIs. KPI means key performance indicator. KPI is the thing which measures the success of any marketing campaign, and you will use this KPI term in blogging, Facebook advertising, PPC, email marketing. This KPI will come every time. So always remember, there is a goal, there is a KPI. Because to measure the goal, you need a KPI and the analytic. So set email marketing KPI. There are 4 important KPI you need to worry about, or you need to check when you are sending an email marketing campaign. And those 4 KPI are delivery rate. So it measures which email reached to intended subscriber inboxes. So let's say you send 10,000 emails. So out of those 10,000 emails, how many reach to someone inboxes will be your deliver rate. Those who are going to spam folder will not come into a delivery rate. Second is open rate. Those who will click on your email after reading the subject line will come into the open rate. Let's say you send 10,000 email, and out of those 10,000 email, around 3,000 people open the email and read the content. So what is your open rate? 30%. Click-through rate. Click-through rate means how many people will click on the call to action button which was on the email format. So let's say you send 10,000 emails. Out of those 10,000 emails, 3,000 people click on the email. So your open rate is 30%. So out of those 3,000 people who open your email, let's say only 300 people click on the call to action button. So what will be your open rate? Sorry, what will be your click-through rate? 300 divided by 3,000. That means 10% is your click-through rate. Now the last one is unsubscribe. So as I told you, to follow the CAN spam and GDPR guidelines, you have to provide an unsubscribe link to your email marketing campaign. So how many people are unsubscribing you? After checking your email will be mentioned here. The number of people unsubscribe from the email list you can find out in this analysis part. So these are the 4 main KPI you will see on the email marketing campaign you will send in near future. Now let's learn in detail about those KPIs. Deliver. Ensure that you are following the best practices when you are sending your email, and you are avoiding the spam filter, because spam filter can bring down your delivery rate. If your emails are delivering on spam folders, so your delivery rate will go down and down. Second, remove inactive people from your email list to keep only engaged subscribers. So a lot of the people, maybe they are not happy with your content and they are not even opening your email. And you can find out which person is opening your email and which person is not opening your email. You can remove them. Last one, check which email is hard bounce and remove those email from your email list. What is a hard bounce? Lot of the time when we are asking the email ID, people type email ID in hurry and they type their wrong email ID. They make some kind of spelling mistake. Maybe typing instead of .com, they type CMO, or maybe they forget to add a @ or dot. So they are providing their wrong email ID on the email list. So when we are sending email marketing campaign, so we are sending to everyone. We don't know which one is wrong, which one is right. So those who are provided the wrong email ID, those email will bounce back, and we call them hard bounce. So when you know that this email ID is wrong, you will delete that email ID. Otherwise, it will affect your delivery rate. Now imagine you are sending 10,000 emails, and out of those 10,000 emails, 100 people mention their wrong email ID. So those 100 emails will go to the bounce, and your delivery rate will be less, around 99%, because 100 emails are delivering into bounce section. So you have to remove those emails are bouncing from any region, whether they deleted their email ID, whether they provided the wrong email ID, maybe the server is down, any region. You will remove the bounce email IDs, hard bounce email ID from your email list. How you can actually increase your open rate? Increase your open rate, you have to work on your subject line. Your subject line will decide whether they will click on your email or not, or read the format or not. So what you can do in your subject line, you can play with the language, you can entice or intrigue people, you can provide the specific content or offer you're providing to a customer, you can add it on the starting part in the first 2 to 3 words. You are providing a discount, use the discount word in the first or second part. You are providing something on free, use that part on the starting part. So use a subject line which encourage or which intrigue, which entice your email list or your audience to click on the email and to read the email. Second, adjust the time and day that you send the email. Find out what is the right time for your industry or for your business to send email, when your audience is available, and what is the right time when they check their emails. Most of the people check their emails in the afternoon or in the morning part. They don't check their emails in the evening part. On the evening part, they check social media. So pick the right time to send the email. If you pick the right time to send the email, you will get a high open rate. If you are sending email at around 10 or 9 p.m. in the evening, they will not check the email, and your email will go down and down every time a new email will come. And the last part is increasing your click-through rate, because after delivering and after opening the mail, the most important part is click-through rate, because in the click-through rate, they will provide you lead or sale. So how you can actually intrigue or influence your customer to click on the call to action button and visit the website and buy something from there, or provide the information like any kind of thing you are looking for the information from your customer. Evaluate your offer to ensure that it provides the value to your segmented list. A list we have created divided by the location, buyer journey, or their persona, or any kind of gender, age. Choose the offer for that segmented list, and more better you offer you will create for your email list, better the chances of click-through rate you will get on your email marketing campaign. Rewrite your copy to make sure that it's clear that what you want to reader to do. So if you're not happy with your email marketing campaign copy, rewrite it, ask your friends and colleagues to check it, try to ask your family member and friends and colleagues to find out, is it enticing and intriguing, are you actually sending the right content to the right people, and if not, then rewrite the content again and again. And use different type of CTA, graphics, inline copy, bold versus subtitle, anything like headlines, H2 headings, different type of call to action button, or graphical images, infographic on your content. The better the content, the better the ad copy of your email marketing campaign will be, the better the conversion rate you will get on your email marketing campaign. So now these are the 7 terms, the 7 data you will find out on the email marketing campaign you will send. Number 1 will be total number of email you will send. Second number of email will get delivered, because lots of that email will not get delivered and they will get bounce back. So let's say total are 10,000 and around 1,000 get bounce back. So total number email delivered are 9,000. Delivery rate 9,000 divided by 10,000, delivery rate is 90%. Bounce rate 1,000 divided by 10,000, because 1,000 got bounce back. So bounce rate is 1,000 divided by 10,000, which is 10%. Unsubscribe rate, let's say 100 people unsubscribe. So 100 divided total number of email you have sent, you can get the percentage of around 0.10% unsubscribe. Open rate, let's say around 9,000 got delivered. Out of those 9,000, 3,000 click on the email. So your delivery rate is, or your open rate is 33%. And click-through rate, let's say out of those 3,000 people who open the email, let's say 300 people click on the link. So what is your open rate? 300 divided by 3,000, which is 10%. So that's how you will calculate those metrics of email marketing campaign, which you will learn in near future. Now, before sending an email marketing campaign, or before analyzing an email marketing campaign, you have to ask few questions from yourself. That question will help you to send an effective email marketing campaign to your audience. Number 1, was the delivery rate high in comparison with your previous marketing campaign. The previous marketing campaign you have sent the last week or maybe the last day, you will compare the delivery rate. And delivery rate depend upon how many you have sent and how many got bounce back. Second, how did your CTR compare to the open rate? Let's say 3,000 people are opening and only 300 people are clicking. That means only 10% CTR. It's really bad. So how your CTR is on open rate? Your content was seen by 3,000 people, but only 300 people click. So that you have to compare. Third one is were your unsubscribe number consistent with the other email? If any, all the email marketing campaign you are sending weekly or monthly or maybe every alternate days, is the unsubscribe rate is consistent? That means every day around 10 to 15 or 20 people are unsubscribing, or suddenly at one day around 100 200 unsubscribe. So you will also observe that. Fourth one, did a certain subject line perform better than others? When you do A/B testing and when you do a lot of email marketing campaigns, you will have to check which subject line is performing better, because subject line will decide the open rate. Fifth one, does the length of email make a difference in CTR? Because lot of the time we create a long ad copy in the email, around 1 minute long email to scroll down. So whether a short email is doing better for you or long email is doing better for you, that you will also learn. And the last one is, could another style of CTA perform better? Because there are lots of call to action button. You can change the color, you can change the size, you can choose borderline, you can change the format, you can do different things with the CTA button, call to action button. So whether a different call to action button is performing better, because in digital marketing there was a study few years back where they have noticed that the CTA button with red color or green color or blue color perform much better as compared to the yellow color or off-white color. So you can also check this when you are sending a different email marketing campaign. So this is all about the email marketing campaign strategy and the email marketing campaign analytic. One more thing you should know about email marketing campaign is creating a spreadsheet of your email marketing campaign, because all the data you are collecting from different email marketing campaign, or all the information or all the KPI you are collecting from different email marketing campaign, you should note down, and because that will tell you the exact result of your email marketing campaign. So this is a spreadsheet, or you can create it on a Google Sheet or Excel sheet. In this one, we have created an email marketing template campaign. So it will look like this. The first column will be the email planning. Second column will be email result tracking, and the third column will be A/B testing results. This will be the email marketing sending date, because you will send email marketing on different dates. Let's say you are sending alternate day. So today, day after today. So all the date will be mentioned here. In the event email planning, it is the process when you create the email. Here you will mention the email topic. Let's say my email topic is getting more leads for my digital marketing course. So I will mention here. In the owner, the name of the person who is creating the email marketing campaign. In the status, you will mention your progress report. Ready, not started, completed, sent, schedule, everything you will mention here. Subject line, because subject line decide the open rate of your email. So it is the most important part. So in the subject line, you will mention what is the subject line you are using for your email marketing campaign. In the email link, the tool you are using to create email marketing campaign, so anyone can check the progress of your email marketing campaign. You will copy the link from that tool and you will mention the link here. So anyone can review your email marketing campaign. Here you will mention the segmented list. Those lists you are including, whether they are divided on the basis of location, gender, buyer's journey, age, or income group. So you will mention here which list you are targeting. You are targeting those who fill a lead generation form, or you are targeting those who add a product into a cart. And this is a suppression list. Those who are you excluding, which people you are removing from the list. Let's say you are removing those people who haven't engaged with your website in last 90 days. So you can remove them from here. So those who are sending here and those who are not sending email, you will mention here. Then let's say you send the email marketing campaign. So after sending the email marketing campaign, you will measure the tracking here in this part by using the analytic part. Here you will mention the total number of email you have sent. Let's say 10,000. Total number of email delivered. Let's say 9,000. 1,000 got bounce back. Total number of email open. Let's say around 3,000. Total number of click. Let's say around 300. And here you will be a deliverability. Deliverability total number email divided by total number of delivered divided by total number of emails. Open rate will be total number of email open divided by total number of delivered, and click through rate will be total number of click divided by total number of open. And here you will mention the number of leads or number of sale you are generated from there. 1 sale, 2 sale, 10% sale, you will mention here. And here will be the A/B testing. If you are sending two different email marketing campaign, email A and email B, and you are choosing a same variable of different type, so you can mention here which one perform better. You can mention in these columns of A/B testing. So this is a email marketing planning template which you will use if you will become an email marketing professional in near future, or if you send an email marketing campaign. Because over the years or over the month, you will send lots of email marketing campaign. So you need a proper system to analyze the metrics and success of your email marketing campaign. And you can use an Excel sheet or a spreadsheet to create that kind of template format for your email marketing strategy. So that's all about the email marketing campaign theoretically. On tomorrow lecture, we will learn about it practically. So any question, any doubt you guys have, you can ask.
So can we have this template?
You are saying something, Ashik?
Can we have this template?
Sorry?
Can we have this template?
Yeah, sure. I will share the templates and PPT and recording everything with you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Any other question anyone have?
No, sir.
Okay. So tomorrow we will try to create a practical email marketing campaign. I will show you how you can create an email marketing campaign and how you can actually send an email marketing campaign, and how you can actually measure the success of email marketing campaign, and how can actually you use this email marketing template too. So that's all for today. We will meet again tomorrow at same time at 6:15.
So
Yes?
what time is the class tomorrow?
Just it's overing now.
No. What time will it be tomorrow?
6:15, same time.
So why did you change the time?
Actually, there are two more students who are in attend the last lecture of email marketing. So because of them, is there any problem with the timing?
No, sir. Just asking.
See, if
So did
there
you
is
check
any,
my blog?
yeah, I will do it right now, because I think Ayushi told me that you need some kind of a doubt. So you will stay at that lecture, and Jairam and Ashik will leave the lecture after the few minutes. So I will check the blog right now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any question, any doubt on this lecture?
Nothing, sir.
No.
Okay. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we'll meet again at 6:15 on the same link, and we will run a practical email marketing campaign using a different email marketing tools. So you can leave. Other than Pragati and Ayushi, you have some doubts on your website, you can ask. And if you guys want to stay, you can also stay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So